Hey guys, welcome back to The Conscious Kingdom with Alex Roseman.
And Julia Fitzsilva.
So today we're going to share with you our insights and our experience, as always. And this one is going to be on the politics. Politics at home and politics in the office. And politics wherever there are politics. What is it all about? And really we're going to show you from our experience, breaking it down, to be aware of it, how to deal with it, and how to come out on top so that you're not caught into the whole politics of everything around you, and you can live your life for yourself, knowing you're living in your truth and being able to go out there feeling empowered in anything that you do. So it's a big claim for our video that we're going to be shooting. We're going to just see how it rolls, really, aren't we? I'm choking on my own well, there we go. So how do we deal with it? What do you want to share of your idea of politics?
Politics is again the relationship dynamic that you can see practically anywhere. Our previous video was on emotional manipulation. Now politics are very closely entwined into that because that kind of goes under that category. Politics is really relationships manifested, right? Because as we have always said, that relationships are literally compound, that they are everywhere in everything that we do. It's all depending on the relationship, whether with yourself or another. And politics is usually a expression of interests and then having to come to a common understanding of interest or a compromise, right? And then it's something that you will see, say, in negotiations. And negotiations can be either at home with you and your little one, or between the two little ones, or at work with your co-workers or co-founders or whatever. It is something that is really like that dance. Sometimes it's a dance of egos, right? And to see who will be kind of taking the lead. But we want to take it away from the dance of ego a little bit and to actually show what it takes to neutralize that dynamic, because in the end of the day in politics there is very often somebody who's winning, somebody who's losing. There's very rarely a very fair agreement on things, and how to actually achieve that agreement where it feels like it's a win-win for everyone.
From my experience, I've done so many different types of jobs, from being a chef, working in offices, acting, whatever it might be. And now we have really the joy of running companies that really have an impact on the world. And of course this channel and many other ventures. But obviously everything, when you get in a relationship with someone or an entity like a business, it's going to come with its baggage, right? People are going to come with themselves into it. So even before you do anything and you're about to jump into something, look at what you could be bringing in, what they could be bringing in, what could the politics be, what could the issues be, what could the challenges be. And it's really having that code of honor with yourself and with everyone else to never really get caught up in it, that you're always going to create a safe space that you can talk into without judgment to really deal with any and all issues. Because when you don't, and people come in with the victim mindset of their baggage or whatever it might be, a lot of the time it's caught up in the politics of dealing with a lot of this stuff rather than actually focusing on the solutions and moving forward. And if you want to focus on the solution and moving forward, then you can be seen as emotionless because you don't want to get caught up in the drama of the politics. And I remember just from my own experience being in offices, seeing all this drama going, can't we just do X, Y, Z? And they would come up with every excuse and every reason to not do that, even though it would make the whole process so much easier. And I would look at it and find ways, and they'll go, it would never change, it would never be this. And it just made no sense. It just cost time, it cost money. And it just felt like it was just a lazy part on the others because they're not looking to assist other departments, for example. And you might find yourself in that situation if you are in that place. And for us, we get to see it from a bird's eye view because we see the companies as a whole. And thankfully, we have the power to be able to make those decisions, not to have to get caught up in the drama. Yeah. So it's our initial relationship before we go into a company. You can make sure for future, we're always learning, right? It's to say, well, we don't want to get caught up in the drama. We always like to see that we have the means to be able to make decisions without people's conditions put in that's not for the better of the company.
Yeah, because drama usually means that people are looking after their own interests. And when you are in a corporation, when you are in a family, what always will help you to take yourself out of that politics dynamic is to actually look at it from a higher perspective. What is the highest good for all involved? And believe me, there is such thing as the highest good for all involved, where there is a solution that is applicable and makes all the parties happy, right? So when you see drama coming up, now drama is an entity of an ego. It's also a diversion technique of an ego that is diverting away from a solution because it's focusing on the problem. The more you focus on the problem, the more the problem grows and the less prospect of resolution there is, right? So having to align and keep all of the components, all of the people involved on that high spectrum takes a certain level of maturity, a certain level of acceptance, and a certain level of surrender to the process in trust. Because in the end of the day, what politics symbolize is trust. Lack of it or an abundance of it. If there is a lot of dramatic political outbreaks, that means that there is a fight for the territory. When that is void and null and there is that harmony and understanding, that means there is trust. So politics will always come back to trust.
Absolutely. Trust is, you can't overlook trust in any relationship. As soon as trust is broken, it's very hard to rebuild any authenticity there. Because you're always doubting, and if you're doubting, it means you're doubting yourself, and then you're going to start to attract situations that are drama filled, because that's an inner reflection of yourself. And growing up in the family there was drama on a daily basis. I grew up in just drama. I was going to write a book called Slamming Doors, because I was just slamming doors all the time. How it showed up, and just the sound of a slamming door really rattled me as a kid. But everyone had their reasons of why they were going through their drama. They didn't have the experience, they didn't have the know-and-all to be able to deal with their emotions. And it all comes down to emotions that the people are not able to control. That's why it comes into everyone else's space. If you are a cup like this and you fill up with love and gratitude that overflows and fills up into other people's cups, it's loving gratitude and appreciation for others. But if it's filled up with drama and guilt and blame, this flows into other people's cups if you're willing to allow that to happen. So if you're tied up in a business or you have a family, you can't help but your cup's going to have some of that splash on you, unless you are also the cup and you're just flowing into each other's drama. When you give yourself the space to distance yourself, to look at it from a different perspective, just by giving yourself that space is a breather to know you are not the drama. All right, that is a separate entity in itself. Their emotion, people looking to want to get heard, right? They want to feel enough. They want to be recognized. They want to be significant in some way and that means from your own energy into their space. So really, once you're aware of that and you see that people are screaming, they're crying for help, as Tony Robbins says, you're either crying for help or coming from a space of love, something like that. So that's the intention behind what they're crying about, is the presenting problem is never the problem. So it's being aware of this and having the patience. I think having the patience, and I'm just really going back into my own memory of seeing the drama moments in my own life and choosing not to be pulled into it. As much as they may put guilt and blame on you to say, hey, you're not going to jump in on our side, you're not a victim like us, then you must be against us, you're the enemy. And you're kind of going, well, no, hang on a minute. This is not what I am. I'm not on the other side. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm on the side of finding the truth, the solution that's best for all, whatever that may take. And they will try to pull you in because they want to have the blame game. They want the judgment. They want the victimness.
And misery wants company, right?
Yeah.
Even if they're miserable, they want to be together. But we are right now on the verge, on a very pivotal point of having to upgrade the systems, which actually means that we are stepping into the new world order, thanks to all of those catalysts that have been going around the world, which means that we are now breaking away from the old patterns of what the ego fights and the paradigms and the drama has been happening, and we're stepping into the new world that is built more on a high level of consciousness, which means on trust, which means on the higher good of all involved. This is what it's like to be witnessing a new evolutionary curve, and this is what we are doing right now collectively as humanity, whether we recognize it or not. Now, taking on the responsibility to see, are you supporting the old, i.e. fights, drama, ego battles, emotional manipulation, victim mindset? This is all not applicable in the new energies that are happening here on earth. What is assisting us right now is that very quick energetic upgrade that is upgrading us on all levels in order to be able to be part of the new civilization, of the new humanity. And it is again always coming back to the one thing that we have our power in, and that is choice. If you wholeheartedly, with a hand on your heart, make a choice to step into reality where you are free of drama, suffering, pain, competition, all of those things that are lesser than who you are, all of those things that have served their purpose and no longer apply, and you are now free in abundance and experiencing yourself as this multifaceted, multidimensional higher being. When you take on that responsibility and you make that choice, just watch. Just watch how you're going to start getting rewarded by the universe. Because as soon as you make that decision to step away from the politics and the drama and step into your own power, universe responds straight away. And nowadays, if you haven't noticed, it happens instantly.
Yeah.
Because it pours onto you as soon as you make the decision that is in favor of who you are. And please remember, such things as money and fame are only a byproduct of you being in your power.
So I had something in my mind to share.
I read to that on a little bit.
It was, that's okay, you go with the flow. I'm not here to interrupt, that's for sure. It's the collective consciousness. Is there something about the collectiveness and not being in the humdrum of the victim state? Because it, you know what it is? It serves you. It serves people why they're staying there. It serves them because they don't have to take responsibility. It serves them because they get to protect their ego and say, no, we can't do it, whatever it is, because they're fearful of rejection. Yes. They're fearful of growth. They're fearful of getting out of their comfort zone. They're excusing themselves to stay still, while those who are no longer looking to hold up excuses are vilified because of that, because they want to progress and grow. And as Julia said, the New World Order is about deleting and getting rid of the excuses to limit your own power and your own significance and how brilliant you actually are. That's the old paradigm, is to keep you where you are. And people are saying it's the government and it's this and it's that. It's nothing to do with that. It's yourself. And obviously a country is going to represent the collective consciousness at that time. Places like America are very, very different to the UK or Dubai. We're pulled to Dubai because how we see it, they are looking to progress. They are aligned to how we think, to the energy, how they parent the people here. It's spectacular how much respect is going on here and how they want to put religions together. There is no against, it's a common ground. See, beautiful. For us, that's where you start to realize, you know what? This is the next level. This is compromising and being able to get on. This is where we should be in 2020, not where we are with Israel and Palestine and have these reasons to keep wars going on, the politics of it. It's very old, it's been going for a long time. It's necessary for an upgrade. People realize this and they're going, where do we go? We don't want to be associated with this. They want to get on with their lives and just start focusing on the solutions, because then we can make the world really a better place for everyone to grow together, to be in a harmonious place, then it starts with yourself. It starts with you going, am I in a victim mindset right now? Am I creating drama? Am I creating politics at home? Am I doing this? Am I blaming anyone? Because as soon as you're blaming one person, you're taking the power away from yourself, and you're not taking responsibility for an area of your life if you're blaming one person. And I'm sure a lot of you are blaming, but they did that, and Nelson Mandela had many reasons to blame, right? He was in prison for like 28 years, and he could have blamed this, he could have blamed that, he could have blamed that, but he didn't. He gave compassion to the prisoners who beat him, and he gave love, and with that, people just saw him and go, wow, you're able to show that much remorse and compassion? Because he grew in a process, and because of that love for himself, to be able to love himself that much that it overflowed in the cup to the people who you would say they don't deserve it, just showed you how much he had to give, and he had to give to the whole of South Africa. So where's your excuse? Again, the excuse to say, no, they're to blame because of it, X, Y, Z. No one's to blame.
It's really about being honest with yourself. Just look at yourself and think, why am I stopping myself from growing? What is scaring me? What is it that I am denying myself? Because every single opportunity not taken is a denial towards your higher power. Right? But okay, there is also such thing as being ready, and you cannot really go against the process. We all have this innate process, that we're going through stages, just like life does. We have life stages that we go through, and each one is, before the other for a reason, and we need to pay respects to that. But nowadays, we are grateful enough to be standing in a very expansive life stage of our lives, which we'll be looking back in a few years' time, in a couple of decades' time, and go, hey babe, this was quite an adventure, and let's hope that it carries on.
And the reason it's an adventure because we don't get not held down by excuses and other people's limitations around us. We just decided, no, we're going to do this, and we'll work out the how as we go along. And we're not going to get caught up in the minutiae of the whole thing about the whole drama. It's just drama fills so much time and space for a lot of people that they never get anything really done. They're just still caught up in this drama, and they don't. Their life is on pause. Drama means your life is on pause. You're just getting caught up in it, and we love you so much that this is why we're doing what we do. This video is to share from our own experience, to say, look, get yourself out of the way. You're so powerful. You have so much to give back to this world if you just get yourself out of the way. And if you do that, I'm telling you, your life will transform beyond your wildest imagination. You will have everything that you ever thought. And I'm not talking materialistic things. That is a byproduct, as Julia said. You'll have confidence, you'll have peace of mind, you'll have resilience, you'll be resourceful. All of these things that just are already in you, but you must activate it by getting yourself out of the way, attuning to it, and just doing it.
And just please understand that your most precious commodity, the most valuable thing you have, is your energy and your attention. And your time. There is nothing more valuable than that. Now, when you have to be very conscious where you put your time towards. If you are putting your time towards such things as drama and conflict resolution and all of that, like, throwing the toys out of the cot, and you are wasting your energy. You are empowering something that is stopping you. Now, all you have to do is just turn away from it and turn within and go, all right, what is this opportunity teaching me? What is the higher cause in this? And that usually means you actually taking an eagle side view and go, aha, there is a resolution that is beneficial for all involved. All I have to do is let go of my fear and of my needs of being satisfied first.
It's the hardest thing to do, though.
But that's the only way to go about it.
And I get why people may feel it's hard to do. Because to let go of being able to blame someone else, that feeling, that means the finger has to point at you. And then you have to go, it's me. My life is the way it is because of me. And when you do that, and all the focus is on you, then the work begins.
And it's a beautiful work.
And the journey is beautifully liberating. And it's the most enriching thing you will ever do in your life. And when we see the work we've done through our personal development that we're sharing today, it shows up in every aspect of our life, even in situations we've never done before. We're literally flying above the rest. We show up, we already know what to bring to the table because we're talking from truth. We're completely out of our own way. And something else has come through. It has all the answers that we'd ever need. We don't need to read this stuff from a book, right? We turn up with business. We show up. We get everyone's focus in a business to the solution. As much as they want to take it here and there, it's like, no, back to over here. No, over here. And when you just deal with all the drama, you hear what they have to say, and put it back to the solution, suddenly everything starts to align and it quietens down. And they realize that, they're not here for the drama. They become aware of it themselves. And when you do that, you can start to have success in your life, in any area of your life, when you start to apply this.
Beautifully put. Well, I would like to leave you with that. I would like to leave you with that opening in this kind of energy field that you can now go and brew within yourself. It has been an absolute pleasure again sharing our feelings and thoughts and experiences with you guys. May they live long and prosper inside your hearts.
Yeah.
And stay tuned for more.
Yes, we'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and anything that you'd like us to touch on. We will do our very best to make the videos to help you in your lives. So thank you again.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.